Hey guys, long time no see. And as usual, I have no makeup on. Oh well. Um, I've been really busy here lately. Uh, Sorry for not coming on here and talking with y'all. I it's been my birthday recently, so I took a trip back home and visited, and my son came home, and all kinds of things have been happening. So really haven't had time to get on here, but I miss you guys. And yes, I'm coming on here looking just like this. Okay, now I thought I'd do three more herbs. I'm gonna get these done. I mean, at least the ones that I have. Now there's thousands of them, so I probably will not ever cover every single herb, but I can get to the ones that I have. Okay, we're gonna go, and I think I've done these three that I'm about to do, but I can't find the video because I had to go back to see. I had one thing marked in my WSCS, but the three in front of it I didn't see. So um, we're going to go over these right quick, and if I've already done them, I'm sorry. It may have been one of the videos that didn't work. Skullcap. Um, Now, honestly, this is an excellent herb. It's another one of them universal type things. Um, it's got other names. It's also called hoodwort, blue pimpernel, madweed, and dog violet. Just depending on where you live, where you're from. Um, the gender is female. The ruling element is water. The ruling planet is Saturn. And the deity is the goddess of the hearth, which in my pantheon would be Hestia. Um, it's used for fidelity, love, peace, attracts money, and it helps in sleep. You know, you always hear nightcap. Nightcap as in, let's go have a nightcap, have a drink, and a nightcap that you wear. Well, now we have skull cap. Um, Now, the magical properties, um, it's been known to be worn by women to keep their husbands faithful. Um, or some women have been known to put just a tiny piece that he probably wouldn't even know was in his shoe to keep him that way. Now that's what the older generation used to do. A tea made from this is excellent for preventing nightmares, or if you're recovering from spiritual trials. It's used in baths to cleanse the aura, which means you can also make an aura spray out of it. Get you a little spray bottle and do it just like you boil it on your stove, just like you would anything else, and use it as a spray. Um, it attracts money. So you could place some in a saucer with some coins and say, dress it with attraction oil. It could attract gifts and money. Now, the medicinal properties of it was known to be a cure for rabies, so-called. It's an anti-inflammatory, antispasmodic, which in case you don't know what an antispasmodic is, it's basically just to stop muscle spasms. A nervine, a sedative, and strong tonic, which hence the sleep part of it. And it's actually used in sleep disorders. Basically a great sleep herb. So if you have trouble sleeping, you could make a tea out of it. But once again, y'all know I'm going to say this. Know where you get your herbs before you go ingesting them, okay? If you can grow your own, which I know nowadays is not feasible, simply because of room, time, dedication that a lot of us don't have anymore. Now on to this one, which I almost didn't do. It's SnakeRoot. Because this is a little controversial. Some will tell you it's poisonous, all of it's poisonous. Some will say only the black SnakeRoot is poisonous. Your regular, just plain old American SnakeRoot isn't. I've had some people call it echinacea. I disagree with that. I don't think it's echinacea. Nothing I've ever studied on it tells me that it's echinacea or has any of the properties that echinacea does. So you can do your own research on that. But what I have found, it's from it's also been called bone set. But bone set is white SnakeRoot. So you have to make sure that when you're saying the SnakeRoots, you know which kind you're messing with, white or black. Because evidently the black is very, very poisonous. It's from the birthwort family. It's also been called the pelican flower. It's used in healing spells, ointments, for travel, for money, for endings, whether they be good or bad, or if you just want something to end, to stop. It's been used in exorcisms. It's also used for protection and spell breaking. The gender is female. The ruling element is water. The ruling planet is Saturn. And guess who the ruling deity is? Hecate. And there's several varieties of the SnakeRoot. So, once again, make sure that you know which one that you have and what you're using it for, and that they're labeled properly, because most of them are poisonous. Okay. Or I wouldn't say poisonous like I don't know, wolfsbane or belladonna. You know, some of our no doubt poisonous herbs that we use and know about. But that's why I'm saying this one's kind of hard to do a video on, because there's so much controversy, so many different opinions, so many types. And some people call it, like I said, I've had people call it echinacea. It is not echinacea. I disagree. I would have to have an herbalist that is an absolute professional, has a degree in it, in herbalism, to convince me and show me that that's the same plant, because I just don't believe it is. But anyway, I have down here, it's very poisonous if white SnakeRoot or many others are ingested. So it's not like you can just, you know, put it on your fingers, dab a little bit on your candles or in your cauldron, and it's going to poison you that way. It's not a topical poison. It's not going to soak through your skin. It has to be ingested. Now, that's from what I understand. And I have studied this and studied this and studied this, and every different article or a book or person I talk to about it, they all have something different to say. So you make sure, and as I say with all my herbs, I'll just pick and, you know, put what's relevant maybe to me, or highlight things. I mean, I'm sure there's many more ways that you can use these herbs, but these are the basics. But this one even baffles me because there's so many different opinions on it. So make sure you do your research as you would with any herb, especially if you're going to ingest it. Okay. Now, what it's used for is protection and purification. It's usually burned before rituals to cleanse your space and to strengthen the magical power. I've also been told that it was used at funerals. Certain people would burn SnakeRoot, um, while the person was still lying in the coffin. With during the viewing, they would burn SnakeRoot. Um, Indian SnakeRoot, I've come to believe that it is probably the only one that is not poisonous. But like I said, just do your own research. This is my research. It doesn't make it 100% accurate. But the Indian SnakeRoot was used or is used for high blood pressure, poor circulation, and schizophrenia. Of course, it's used on snake bites, hence the names. The Indians, okay, would use that, but they must have known exactly which one to use because you think about it, a snake bite is an open wound. It is a direct portal into your body. So whatever's on top of that open sore is going to go into your body. So if it didn't kill them, but like I said, they were using a specific type. You just have to do your research on it. It was also used for an aphrodisiac, to treat convulsions, to promote menstruation. In other words, okay, what I gather by that, I could be wrong, but maybe the women in the older days, people, the controversial idea that abortion is bad. I'm not going to go there. That's not what I do on this channel. It doesn't matter how I believe. Anyway, it caused menstruation. Now, which could mean that if a woman, happened to be pregnant and she took this herb, that it would cause her to miscarry. I don't know that. That's just kind of a hypothesis of mine. Now, none of these are scientifically proven, and none of the snake roots should be ingested. That's just the way I feel about it. None of them, not even the one that they say is not poisonous. I personally wouldn't do it, and I'm a very, quite old witch. But I mean, they could be highly toxic to humans. I mean, animals, go out there and eat that stuff all the time. But this right here can even make your animals sick. So once again, and this is any herb in your house, okay? If you have animals and say you're mixing herbs and you drop some on the floor, make sure you pick that up. I have a cat, my little Lexi, wherever she is, that just loves plants. She is a plant eater and a little vacuum cleaner. So she may, walk through here, anything I drop, and get it in her mouth. And it may kill them. And you sure don't want that happening. And some herbs that are poisonous to us aren't poisonous to animals, and vice versa. As I said in my eucalyptus video, eucalyptus is not poisonous to us necessarily. I mean, we don't necessarily go around eating it. I don't know of anyone that does. It's used for other things, in balms and methylatums and stuff like that. But and koalas eat it. But a cat eats eucalyptus and it'll kill it. So once again, if you have cats, just to avoid anything, and you don't have to do all the research on it, just don't be dropping herbs around your animals or putting them where they can get a hold of them. That's why another reason I don't want to grow plants in my house. Because now my tomcat, he probably wouldn't mess with them, but Lexi would. She'd be right up in the middle of that. Anyway, yeah, this is also called black cohosh. And I'll tell you a story about that. And that's black SnakeRoot. They have black cohosh in herbal stores. Now, I don't know what they've done with it to make it not poisonous. If in fact that the SnakeRoot is also called black cohosh, this is what my research told me. What's weird, and I hadn't done any research on it because I wasn't thinking SnakeRoot. I was thinking of the benefits of the black cohosh. It also helps thin your blood, keeps your blood clean. And with me being having heart issues, it's better that my blood is thinner than most people's, and it stays healthy at the same time. So I got an herbal supplement that had black cohosh in it. In fact, it was mainly black cohosh. And oh my God. Wow. I broke out like you would not believe from my waist down. It honestly looked like I had the chicken pox all over again, or smallpox. It was such a weird rash. But I would be careful with that. It's also called bug bane. Once again, anything you hear with bane in it, it's poisonous. Squaw root, rattle root, and here it says echinacea. I don't believe that. I just do not believe that. I don't believe it. Echinacea is an herb that people take now for I forget. There's a lot of reasons to take echinacea. I just can't go into it right now because I can't think about it right now. But they are not the same herb to me. And like I said, it depends on what book you read. If you look it up on the computer, I don't know, but I just don't think it is. I don't think it is the same. And it really has no smell. That's what's so odd about it. And cigarette won't stay lit. Yeah. It really doesn't have a smell to it. You know, like most of your herbs. It smells kind of woodsy, but it's not loud. It doesn't smell loud. It doesn't stink, and it don't smell good. If that makes any sense. But anyway, it's good for spells. Okay, now, and I know I've done star anise before because it's one of my favorite herbs in the whole world. It smells wonderful. It's a excellent good luck herb. It's just, I just love it. It's an all around universal beautiful herb to me. So I didn't find a whole lot of info on it. Most of mine comes from it was passed down to me, but it is used for luck for sure. And I use it in new moon magic. You know, if you're going to do your new moon rituals, and it smells wonderful as an incense. You know, you can burn it to your god or goddess. And of course, the ruling element is the moon. or planet is the moon. It's carried for good luck and burned for clairvoyance and to increase psychic awareness. Great for new moon work, like I just said, and makes an incense on its own. Yeah, you don't have to put anything with it. It's a wonderful smelling herb or wood herb. I'm sure that y'all know what star anise looks like. Oh, and it just smells so good. I know I've done a video on this before. I had to. It's probably one of my top 5 favorites. Ah, smells like black licorice. It's wonderful. And of course, let me find a whole one in here. I know that y'all know what these look like. But that's what they look like. Yep. Oh, and it's raining and thundering here, and I'm so happy. We have been horribly dry. My grass has not been green all year. We really needed it. But anyway, and the medicinal properties, it can be used for cough, hence the licorice or the smell. It even smells like a cough syrup would taste. Gas, loss of appetite, menstrual disorders, lung inflammation, or an upset stomach. Now, there is another anise, and it's the Chinese anise. If you do not, I mean, not saying don't buy it from China or whatever, but the Chinese version of the star anise is poisonous. Okay, so make sure. I mean, it's called Chinese anise, but it's Japanese is poisonous. I think I said that right. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so there's a couple of them, and I'm probably going to do 3 more while I'm in the mood to do it. And once again, I haven't been in my witchy room because my little desk in there is still so full of stuff, all my candle making stuff, and some other projects that I'm working on. But I'll be back in just a minute with 3 more. We'll get 3 more out of the way. Talk to you in a minute. Bye-bye.